So start practicing using programs for your mind. Seminars, books, workshops. Keep a journal. Record your thoughts, what's happening with you. Every day when you get up, have a journal near you. I use the Jack Boland journal so that I can write down my ideas. I keep it by my bed so I can write down my thoughts. See, ladies and gentlemen, we get 3 to 4 thoughts a year that if we would act on those thoughts, they could change our life. When you don't have a true appreciation and acceptance for who you are, and you allow yourself to be immobilized by fear, what happens in the process is that you begin to abuse yourself. You begin to sabotage your life, you begin to sabotage your dreams, you begin to unconsciously work against yourself. You become your own worst enemy. So what do you do about that? Well, you begin to realize that your dream and your gifts have so much meaning and so much value for you till your hunger for them will begin to push you past the fear. Your hunger to have them will give you a special drive. As you work on yourself, as you begin to acknowledge your true identity, the true power that you have, the true capacity you have to bring about change, the miracle working power that you have within yourself to do the things that you want to do.
Xtra and Fletcher just wanted to drop a quick note to remind you and to encourage you that no matter what you may be going through, you can make it. Keep pushing forward and never underestimate your own strength. You're capable of achieving incredible things, so keep believing in yourself and never give up. You've got what it takes to overcome any challenge that comes your way. Keep pushing forward. Yes, you're in a battle, but you can fight back. Tune in to us every Monday and Wednesday on Word on the Streets at 7 p.m. We're here to give you tools to help you in your battle.
Good evening, this is Black History 365 Days, with another extraordinary story making headlines today.
Colin Kaepernick, a modern-day hero. Today on Black History 365 Days, we salute Colin Kaepernick. More than just a football star, he's a symbol of courage. Born in Milwaukee, Kaepernick rose to fame as a quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. But it was his off-the-field actions that changed the game. In 2016, he knelt during the national anthem, sparking a nationwide conversation about racial injustice and police brutality. His brave stand cost him his NFL career, but ignited a movement. Kaepernick didn't just kneel. He stood up for what he believed in. Today, he continues to fight for equality and empower Black communities. His legacy is one of resilience, courage, and the unwavering pursuit of justice. World premiere Word on the Streets proudly salutes Colin Kaepernick.
Ladies and gentlemen, get set for an engaging and enlightening show. Let's welcome our hosts, the brilliant Larry Moten, aka Xtradonaire, and the fantastic amazing Keith Fletcher. They've crafted the incredible show, Word on the Streets. Grab your favorite listening spot and tune in. Don't forget to invite your friends by sending them a quick text or a shout out on your favorite social media platform. We believe it's a show you won't want to miss.
Well, good evening, everybody. Once again, welcome to the world premiere, Word on the Streets, with your favorite host. I am Xtradonaire. And of course, the one and only, the amazing Mr. Keith Fletcher. What's up, my brother?
What's up, Extraordinaire? What's up, my people? What's up, Word on the Streets? We here, man. Hey, been a long day, seems like it's been forever, man. It'll take a long time to come right around on Monday, don't it?
That's right. Good to see you, man.
Man, also good to see you too, man. Hey, I'm just chilling, man, with the family, man. The weekend didn't do nothing but hang with my, back to school, man. Went back to school shopping for the kids and stuff like this. So we back to school, man. Get that back and started with my grandbaby and my kids. So that's what
you absolutely right about that. School season again. To all the parents, all the young folks who going back to school, welcome and congratulations to your first day for some of you all, next week for others. But man, I saw your post there not very long ago on the internet. You got some wonderful things going on, brother. Why don't you share that with the family?
Man, we did a remodel, man. We remodeled the house, man, full remodel inside the house, and got it started. LH&F got LH&F construction. Man, we got us remodeled the home. Also advised the homeowner about he turned into an Airbnb. So that's a good thing coming, man. We did a lot of work in there. It turned out finished product. That's why I posted the finished product, man. I'm excited about it. It came out well. It came out real well.
I saw the image, man. It's stunning, beautiful, beautiful picture, beautiful.
Yeah, it got it done quick too, man. That the banker, the guy went through. He was surprised how quick he got it done. I think we got it done in about 2 weeks, two and a half weeks. Got everything done, man. Remodeled kitchen, full kitchen, bathrooms, flooring, all paint the entire house. It went well.
Now, full disclosure to the folks who are tuning in for the very first time. You all know Fletcher and I, we come on every Monday and Wednesday, and we talk about, well, sometimes we guilty because oftentimes we talk about things that we've said before.
Yeah.
But we learned a thing or two about education, and they taught us a long time ago in grammar school that repetition was the mother of skill. And so backstage, Fletcher and I were talking, and he was telling me about this project, the one that we all saw today, how beautiful that kitchen was and the work that they put in. Fletcher, why don't you tell them when that started, because it coincides with what we talk about on this platform. How long ago did that conversation started before we all saw the manifestation?
It started back in 2015. I met this guy working at a company, and he's working for me when doing trade work, and man, I was blown away, man, how good he was. And a year go by a couple years, and I told him one day, I sit down and told him, I said, man, I know you're gonna see it. I said, but one day we're gonna be doing some business together. And he was like, what? I said, man, I'm telling you, he just like, yeah, see, he can Spanish, yeah, okay. I said, nah, man, I got some plans. I'm telling you, we're gonna do some business together. Fast forwarded to now, a few years before this, and now we working together. He like I say, I didn't remodel That's 4 homes, and he done did 2. And the Airbnb would have had 2, so 4 Airbnbs, two with him. This the 5th Airbnb with him. So we've been doing some work together, man, and all the little small things too. But it happened. But like I said, the seed was planted back in 2015, 2016. The seed was planted, and now is blossoming now. You know what I'm saying? It's starting to bud. You know what I'm saying? It's starting to show. You know what I'm saying? It's starting to receive. The harvest. But it started back then, man.
And the reason why I had him tell that story, because so often in life, we don't think things are working for us in our, we just don't think so because we don't see any results. And, we often say that oftentimes life is like, it truly is like planting seeds in the ground. Germination, we don't see the growth. We don't see what is going on.
No, you don't.
So because we don't see, we get frustrated. We don't think anything is happening. And things are working unknown to you all along. And that's much how life is, friends. So, it's a message in what we're saying. They're not just spoken words. The words is loaded with protein and vitamin. It's filled, that bone got a lot of meat on it. Yeah. We just have to chew it and digest it. But I thought that was a very worthwhile, necessary point to make for people who may be struggling on the verge of giving up on something a seed they once planted. Appreciate that, my brother.
Let me say one more thing, Xtradonaire. And I want to say, by the seed was planted, like the man, he didn't need me. I'm gonna explain that people. When I told him that he already had a skill, he already had a system. He didn't need me. So I tell people I needed him. So I need to bring value to him. So I needed to find a way to be valuable to him, because I wanted him. So what he already had, what he needed, I needed him. So I had to bring value to him. It was not what he can do for me. It was more about what I can do for him. That's how the relationship started. I had to do things for him to show that I was worthy to work with him, not that he was worthy to work with me. And that's humbling. And I think if people understand that and start saying, I don't know how to do something, you find a way. In a way, what way to bring, if somebody has something you want, how can you bring value to them? You know what I'm saying? And so that's how it started. Before, when I make a call, now he come. But before, it wasn't no value. He had a thing, he got a family, he got a business, he got to take care of. So what can I do for him? What's the thing for that saw? So that's what I saw. I brought value to him. And my value is bringing work to him. My value is bringing to help his family, feed his family. You know what I'm saying? Then feed his crew. Then feed his, so that's what it's all about. So that's how I started. A conversation, but the conversation wouldn't mean nothing if I didn't have nothing to bring to him first. So stop, I'm going to tell people, and I know we think about what we can get out of it. Think about what you can give. Yeah.
Welcome to everybody. So if this is your first time tuning in to world premiere Word on the Streets, we value and appreciate each and every one of you. I like to send a strong shout out to our family, the Moten family out there. Happy anniversary to Keisha and Rob. Yeah, family and friends. Look, our chat room is open. If you all want to come in, be a part of this discussion, because as all our discussion, they will be passionate driven, but also knowledge based. But if you want to come in, we're going to put the link in the chat room. So if you want to exchange your viewpoints, we welcome all of that good stuff. But Fletcher and I, we're excited to come on, friend. We're not going to delay. We're not going to hold back. We're going to jump into our news segment. And then after that, we're gonna toss it up. Like they say, we're going to get down on it. We're going to serve some filet mignon, some fried chicken, mashed potatoes, and rice and gravy. Fletcher, you down with that, my brother?
Yeah, I'm down with that, man. Let's go and check this. Sarah Jones ready for that.
Let's get it on.
Hi, I'm Sarah Jones, reporting to you from WOTS. A groundbreaking study has uncovered new genetic causes of colorectal cancer.
researchers analyzed the DNA of thousands of cancer patients and identified over 250 genes linked to the disease, many of which were previously unknown. This discovery has led to the identification of new types of colorectal cancer, each with its own genetic makeup and potential treatment options. By understanding these genetic differences, scientists can develop more personalized treatments and improve patient outcomes. Essentially, this research is a major step forward in our fight against colorectal cancer, offering hope for better diagnosis, treatment, and prevention in the future. I'm Sarah Jones, reporting live from the newsroom, WOTS.
Reporting from WOTS. Now, back to the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, Word on the Streets proudly present our book of the week.
We all have deep-seated beliefs and habits around money that profoundly shape our financial lives, often in dysfunctional ways. This book guides you on a 28-day journey to examine your money mindset, heal past financial wounds, and rewrite your money narrative. Discover how to listen to the messages your money sends, let go of money shame and anxiety, and cultivate a joyful, empowered relationship with your finances. With practical exercises and spiritual insights, this transformative book helps you break free from chronic money problems and find long-term financial and emotional well-being. Heal your relationship with money and unlock its true potential to enrich your life. Get Heal Your Relationship with Money at our exclusive Kindle discount. This 28-day guide helps you examine your money beliefs, heal past wounds, and rewrite your empowering money narrative. Unlock the true potential of your finances and well-being. Don't miss this limited-time Kindle discount. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code to take advantage now.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, get ready for a life-changing conversation right after this short, but yet powerful, thought-provoking speech.
Tonight, our host will explore the financial dynamics of relationships. Money, whether openly discussed or silently felt, plays a significant role in every relationship. The intersection of love and finance can either strengthen the bond between partners or create tension and misunderstandings that may lead to conflict. But before Xtra and Fletcher dive deep into this conversation, they want to remind you of 4 key principles that can foster a healthier and more understanding relationship.
So when your marriage is facing financial stress, it is facing one of the most formidable enemies of your marriage it will ever face. More people split up over that than anything else. Your man is struggling with his self-esteem more than at any time in his life. I don't care what his age is. I don't care what his education level is. I don't care what his income used to be, or even what it is today. If you guys are in a financial pinch, it makes him feel bad about himself, period. And guys feel worse about themselves at that point, ladies, than ever before. So the last thing he needs in the middle of something like that, ladies, is a barking chihuahua around his ankles.
To lay all your cards on the table. That means you've got to be transparent. Have you been hiding money? Have you been hiding your debt? Have you not been honest with the amount of money that you've been spending? Are you keeping things from your spouse? It's time to end it, and it's time to come clean. I know that that's painful for a lot of you all to hear, but trust when we tell you. This is the first step, because without this step, you'll never get true, real healing in this area. If you try to overstep this one, you'll only have a partial manifestation of healing, and chances are you'll end up going around the same mountain that you're going around now. So take the time, take a deep breath. If you got to write it down, or if you're a verbal communicator, do whatever you got to do to lay all your cards on the table so you can start the healing process.
The second step that you must take is that of maintaining mutual respect for one another. That is so important. So no name calling, no one person doing all of the work and the other not doing anything. In the beginning of our marriage, we learned this the hard way. We thought that it was brilliant for me to be the one to put together the budget and to implement the budget because I was a better one with money, you know, while my husband just sat on the sidelines. But we started to have some resentment built up between us, some unspoken frustration. He felt like a child handed money, and I felt like, you know, a person, a wife that was being taken for granted because here it is, I was trying to better our life and better our future financially. So you want to make sure that you maintain mutual respect. Both of you get involved, talk about it, say, are you okay with me doing this? How do you feel about this? How do you feel about that? Start the conversations.
And I do apologize. We apologize. We didn't give you all a heads up about what the discussion would be. But we're talking about love and money, financial dynamics of relationships. It's a pretty serious topic. As you all heard, they had 4 major points, but it's a lot more than 4. But we thought those 4 would be a good starting place for us to start. And I agree with everything I heard, but one of the things that I noticed in relationship, and this doesn't mean by any means just married people, relationship, or just what the word is, relationship. Your relationship, who you're dating, who you are with most of the time, who you admire, who you are with, relationships. And if you're in a relationship, in a marital relationship, in a relationship between a man and woman, a man and man, woman and woman, the rules and process are pretty much the same. Self-respect, respect for others. But I noticed something in a lot of relationship that correlates and correspond with what it is that we do in our daily lives. We have difficulties in accepting changes. Let me make this picture a little clearer. You know, when we start dating someone, we do some things, and you end up in the relationship growing to the point of maybe you get married, or maybe you get to a point where you're living together. And one may say to the other, why you don't do the things you used to do? And I thought about that question today. A lot of time, friends, if we're honest and serious, when we've been seeing someone over a long period of time, things have changed for the both of you. One major thing has changed is that it's inevitable that finances have changed. Either you got more money, but you probably have accumulated more things. We talked about that in the last 2 shows. We get more money, isn't that right, Fletcher? But then what we do? The more money we get, what we do with it?
Buy more things. You
Buy more things. So therefore, now that lady or that man, we were wooing them during the day period, but that's not happening anymore because we can't do what we used to do because the money now has been spread out. I can't, and not only that, not that's all bad, because I don't want to just paint a negative picture. Some other things has happened in life. We may have learned some things that we didn't know before, right? We may have learned some of the things that I was doing to woo her or him. That was good then. You know, y'all, let's keep it 100. What worked yesterday may not work today. So this change I'm talking about is something that the opposition, the other person, may not be comfortable with that change. But in order to move forward, and even in your real life outside of a relationship, you see, that's what I was talking about, that word change. Getting our arms around change is a challenge, whether it's in a relationship or whether it's just pure life. Go ahead on, Fletcher.
No, I was listening to what like Dave Ramsey said when he started off.
About that, yeah, I know. Go ahead on.
Yeah, excuse me, about Dave Ramsey talking about, you know, the relationship and the press of the man. We need the press. I was reading out that hit me because it's crazy how we're talking about this. I was talking to my son, my oldest son. He's 19 and he's dating. I was talking to him last night. We were talking about. I'm always talking about money, economics with him. And I was telling him, you know, we were talking about spending money and how he managed things, but I was talking about putting a protection around you, a moat. Like, you know, when you build a castle, they used to put moats around the castle. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might have snakes or all the burner. You know, you can set all up when the enemy's coming. So I was telling him about putting a protection around them. Because I say, in life, you know, you're in a bubble right now. When you get in life and you go out on your own, and you're gonna realize things gonna happen. You got bills now. You got your rent. You got car notes. You got insurance. You got the dental. You got all these things come up. You know what I'm saying? You know, then you get your girlfriend together. Just say y'all got a baby, and it come around. We're talking about Christmas. Come around Christmas time, and you lose your job. He said, "Oh, Daddy, why you always use it in the world scenarios?" I said, "That's not an inner world scenario, son. That's life. That is not an inner world scenario. I'm telling you, like these things happen." I say, you thinking you arrogant, or I get another job. You know what I'm saying? And it don't happen. 2 months goes by. You know what I'm saying? Now your pride, you've been making good money. Your pride don't want you to go work at Home Depot, Walmart, McDonald's, but you're not getting the job you want. Now you sit at home, and like Dave Redmond say, the man becomes depressed. Mm-hmm. You can't provide for your family. Now your wife giving you little strange looks. Yeah. The strange looks started becoming a little saying, "Well, what you did today?" You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? You sitting there now, you playing your video game because you don't have nothing to say. You know, your friends coming over, or you drink a little bit more because you get more depressed. Right. Now the arguments started happening. The bills are late. The car getting they looking for the car. You know, the credit card's getting maxed out. This is life, son. These things happen. I say so. And I say the more the protection around you, if you would protect yourself, like putting your money up, saying, I say, because these things, we know these things happen. And then just say you did all that, then you get a divorce or you break up. Now you can't see your child. You know what I'm saying?
It happens. It
happens. You know, he just like that. I said, no, I'm not telling you that, but these things can happen in life. So I would say again, how do you still can recover from those things? It's not no end of the world, like you just said. It's not in the world. But if you tell yourself it's the end of the world, it's in the world. But I say other things, you can start your relationship off right. Have a vision when you meet your young lady. Where is she going? What does she want in life? What do you want in life? What are you trying to do? That's the conversation start. Xtradonaire, when you was young, when you first got out, did anybody talk to you about money?
No.
My mom and daddy didn't have no money to talk to me about no money. So I ain't had no. So then they didn't talk to you about money. Then you go into a marriage. You don't know nothing about a marriage. Being married, you dating someone. Now y'all moving in together, she trying to figure out, you trying to figure it out, and you don't understand money. My things is that we wanted nice things. We wanted a car. We wanted a nice place to stay. We wanted furniture. We wanted money. You want all these things, but you never really thought about how to strategize to get those things. The kids come, then you want your kids to look a certain way. You basically looking at somebody else's lane because you don't know, so you're looking at other people trying to figure it out. And that's when all just go haywire. So I think I tell my son and his girlfriend, I talk to them, have little meetings with them and have talks with them about relationships and what their goals want, and how would that look if y'all do be together? How would that look? How would y'all get to those things? How about your spending? How you talked about well, that's her business. I said, no, if y'all want to be together, her business is your business, and his business is your business. Because if y'all come together, y'all got to come to a common goal. You know what I'm saying? So trying to maneuver through that as a young, I was telling them when I was 19, I was married. I had no idea. I didn't know what was out there for me. I didn't have I said, and I struggled on that. And now I'm trying to be married, and she have no idea. Think about that, Xtradonaire. We both don't have no idea. Then we both ain't got no no education, like no skills or nothing. So now we trying to figure out where we want to move, where we want to work, how we want to take care of these kids. So it was a lot. And I think, like you said, finances cause a lot of problems, and that love for somebody, and then finance, and then trying to, I tell my son all the time, again, when it's gonna come to the point like you've been taking care of yourself, then now you got to worry about somebody else, your girlfriend, your wife, or now you got to worry about your girlfriend and your kids. Now you got to worry about you. You always gonna be in the back. You gonna be behind, son. Now you got to deal with that. Like, I don't get nothing, they get something before me, or now I'm gonna be selfish. I'm just gonna go get the car I want. And that you can't afford it. Now it costs you. These things, emotions and all this stuff get in the way. And it all started in economics, man, with money.
And the thrust of everything that you said, and from the 4 pillars of the discussion that we heard before we started this discussion, the most important thing in a relationship and in our lives as human beings is communication.
Yeah.
We can have a really honest, open communication, effective communication, effective listening. Now, this communication, that's not a catch-all word. Communication is really, Fletcher named some things, is having the ability to talk about not just how much I love you, how you feel about money. What do you want to, and see, it's an easy question to ask someone, what you want me to get you for your birthday?
Easy.
What you want for Christmas? I mean, what you want. See, those are easy questions. But we need to grow at a point that we can ask more deeper questions that will last. And I know I'm going beyond my what is real, but we can make these things real starting today. We could start having conversations that will outlive us today. How do you see yourself? How much money you think we need to make or need to save for our kids? I mean, those kind of conversation will open up a whole new dialogue. It's like unscrewing a jar that never been opened. A whole new book of conversation. So this is what we try to do here on Word on the Street. Why? Because as we grow and step into some new knowledge, we want to bring it back to the platform so we all can broaden our way of thinking, our way of speaking, our way of listening. And so when we do get new information too, effective listening and effective communication is learning how to give information without being disrespectful, how to give information that can be received. And I'm gonna tell you, friends, that's not as easily done than said.
No.
It's easy to say it. It's a whole nother thing for that to transpire and happen. We got some folks in the chat room. La Diana, welcome to the chat room. We got the one and only, my goodness, friends. I'm gonna be putting that link up as soon as I shut my mouth in the chat room. If you all want to come in and exchange your 2 cents, 5 cents, we have the one and only Miss Shonda Bertrand in the chat room. And she says, also, when you meet someone, you need to discuss value to see if you're compatible in that area. Your values will directly influence how you view money. And with a statement like that, y'all know she's about it, y'all. But this is where we are growing. This is where we need to grow, and expand our conversation outside of just what you want me to buy you for the holidays or for your birthday. What say you, Fletcher?
Yeah, and I think we need to know history too, because back my parents and my grandparents back in the day, what I'm saying, before 1971, a single man, a man could run his household, just him. You know what I'm saying? The man held the money. You know what I'm saying? He went to work. He paid all the bills. The wife, whatever he had left, gave the money to the wife, paid the bills, gave to her, and she handled all the household things and all that. Back in the day, and it is this thing called the gold standard. Our dollars was backed by money, by gold, and we took it off the gold standard in 1971, and then that's when the credit phase went. Basically, like back in the days, if you made $50,000, that's all you can use with $50,000. But then when credit came, you make $50,000, but you spend $70,000, $80,000. That's what put people in debt. So now we go to having a wife and a husband has to work. You know what I'm saying? Like key kids. Both your parents worked. They was gone. They was at work. So this was came to be both parents working. So that means now it was no one person saying he got the money, he do this. It was two people got to figure out how we can maneuver through this world with both person working. Not even the woman said, well, I work too. And he like, well, I'm the man, but I work too. It ain't, now we have a difference of opinion. Now, how do we collide together to get what we want together? How do we work together to build something together? Like you said, your values. And you said communication extraordinaire. And I agree, communication is, but when you don't know how to communicate the language of money is a whole nother communication.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We say, yeah, we can communicate. Now somebody's language of money said to spend it. Again, I go back to my son, he's 19, and him and his girlfriend. I talk to both of them all the time, and she's a spender. I'm trying to teach him to save, but she's going to spend it all, and I'm talking to her, she talked about, I said, well, what do you do? She said, well, I pay my tithes. I said, okay, what else? Well, that's all. I said, you don't pay yourself. I said, do you think God made it that way to pay your tithes and then just pay everything else? Why don't you pay yourself to put up protection too for you? You got to put up something when things happen. You think you're going to pay your tithes and spend all your money, be broke, you know what I'm saying? And that's okay to pay your tithes. You got to be bigger than that, more thinking than that. But again, that started in home. That start with somebody mentoring them, telling them things. Because if they, like you say, my parents didn't tell me, I didn't know. Somebody else I had to learn the hard way. So I try to tell my kids now these things, show them how to put a protection barrier around them. And I think that's understanding that, man, and then starting to communicate, like you said, in the relationship. What do you want to go in life? What do you want? Because somebody going to tell you, I want a car, I want a house, I want a big diamond ring, I want a wedding, I want a $100,000 wedding, and I'm going to make $200,000 and all that. Yeah, how we going to get there? So saying those things and being disappointed, now you're looking at your man, he didn't make it happen. It was outrageous goals. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know nobody in your family make that much money. So what are you willing to sacrifice for that? I'm not saying that you can't get it, but I'm just saying, if we start teaching our community how to plan more, how to invest more, how to talk about finance more, like I was telling my wife, man, we just starting to learn about credit, how do you really use a credit card, credit utilization. We just learning out what these student loans did to us. We didn't even know how to pay student loans, the interest rates was on. We just learning how to buy cars the correct rate, the percentage we need to pay with interest rates and investing. We just learning this in 2024. You know what I'm saying? So we just learning what do we think our kids know. So it's a lot to learn. And so the communicating about the language of finance, even the language of love and relationship, even more, is a lot to maneuver through all these things. And it takes people like us to communicate in a positive way. I don't like them groups always trying to put men and women against each other. I don't like that, man. We need each other, especially in these days. We need to learn how to work together. We need to learn understand what that covenant means in the Bible of a relationship and understanding each other through all our struggle. We need to understand that. But it's a lot. It's a lot to learn, man.
Well, when you talk about we need each other working together, I want to ask this question to the audience out there. Do we have any secret spenders? Y'all know what I'm talking about. You want something and you don't want the other person to know You know, I'm gonna get this.
You hide it in the trunk,
You hide in the
hide it in
trunk.
the back of the closet, in the
Hide
back
it
of
in
the
the
closet,
closet. Yeah, yeah.
under the bed, deep under the
Big
bed.
devices. Come on, y'all. Come on
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Come on.
But let me tell you this, Extradonaire. I did this stat, and the crazy thing about it, men spend more in debt than women. Women be more debt in student loans, but we more debt in cars, way more cars. We 2% in credit card, but we like cars, we high. But men have more debt, and I couldn't believe that, than women. Women, but when student loans, women have more debt in student loans, but credit card and cars and stuff like that, how we have more debt
Yeah, it because the thing we buy costs a lot more. Our car is expensive.
You know, we want a toy. Yeah, the card, the
Our
credit
car
card.
is
We didn't
expensive.
credit card, but we had credit cards too. We like to spend. Like you said, we buy bigger things. You know.
Yeah. We may buy one thing, but it may be worth that whole year worth of work.
Yeah. I was surprised by that, but women have more student loan debt than men. But
Women are the most educated folks.
They're the most educated. Yeah.
And black women are the number one in
Number one
education.
educated. Student loans too. Yep. They got more education than the men. Yep.
And y'all won't hear that being said on the national news.
Yeah.
Black women number one.
Number
most
one, education
in America.
Yep, in education.
Y'all, you know, if your first time you heard it on World Premiere Word on the Streets, put that in your pipe and smoke it, like they say. But I know Lady D is somewhere out there. Lady D, we got the link in the chat room if you want to come in and share your viewpoints. Fletcher and I would love to hear from you. But we're talking about relationship. And y'all know as well as Fletcher and I know, as Fletcher said, it's a whole lot more. You see, one person communication, like Fletcher say, when I talk about money, I'm talking about, my mind is on another level. Her mind
logical. My mind, our line is logical. You know what I'm saying, about business. Their mind is emotional. It's all about a feeling. Now I won't. Yeah, that's what
right. But both are important.
Yeah, both are.
Both are important.
But
as we said in the last show, you try to make a budget and don't consider her emotions about certain things, and you're going to find out how important that budget is, or that budget is not going to exist.
Oh yeah. And when I talk to people at the show now, I'm talking, especially you got your spouse, girlfriend, or whatever. I'm gonna talk to both of y'all. I'm not talking to one. We got to talk to both of you, because you think, even when I train people, they were like, man, my husband don't mind you working all week. I say, no, you say that. You did not. And that's when you know, because really, man, relationship, we really don't communicate that much with our spouse. You know what I'm saying? I listen to this one, we don't about certain things, you know. And I know that, but money, man, it's for real. You got that budget, like you said. I want to talk about the budget, and you sit down and talk about that budget and what you're going to take out that budget, man. It is not going to be that easy.
That budget is that's a battleground, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, everybody can agree on the big things you suppose you have to pay.
Yeah.
Car note, electric, telephone. See, the nitty gritty is in the miscellaneous.
Yeah.
We hired a lot of men and women both. We have our perks. The miscellaneous filled with perks. And the perks, if we don't learn effective communication and effective listening, it can destroy a marriage.
Yeah.
Because you want to go left and she going right. And serious arguments can start from there. And some of us, most men carry this trait I'm about to name, and I have worked on it. I don't know if I've overcome. My wife will let me know if I have achieved or not. But most men are passive aggressive. What I mean by that, most men will hold things in. We don't swing back right away. We'll hold it in until we blow up.
Yeah.
Women, they like my man said in the beginning of the program, they like chihuahuas. They barking all the time. You see, they're not walking around with that all zipped up in them. But we're guys, because we don't really like to argue, pretty much what I'm saying. But at the same token, we allow things to build up, and when big things build up, it creates more resentment. The resentment turn into it can destroy your love.
It can.
It really can. It can destroy. It can make you start looking at someone that you once looked upon very favorable. You start looking at, and just the thought of that person unfavorable things come to your mind. No good thoughts come to your mind about that very significant other person that you thought was so special. They don't come to your mind as that very special person any longer. And the more we hold those resentment, the more that build up, the more it is destroying your relationship. Go ahead on, man.
No, you correct, man. Like I said, I think like a lot of things we do, man, we grow up, we have behaviors and things we think things should be a certain way and think we should have. We want what we want, you know what I'm saying? And we even when you say you're gonna get married or yes, your man, you know, you've been taught a certain way. Well, you supposed to get it for me because I want it. You supposed to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? It's all that stuff is wrapped in that person's mind, and then they don't get what they wanted. It can be looked upon you like you didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about, like I said, that communication, letting them know. Like me and my spouse, we had a good relationship, but when we used to talk about money, it was a tight thing. It was a tight situation. It was tight because I was older too, so I wanted a certain way. I knew where I wanted to go, and she was like, I want to go this way. You know, then we had kids, you know, and I tell you, the women, they love the kids so much. And you know, you want to set a certain thing for your kids, as you say, and I'm finished. So that's a lot of arguments about that, about money and how, and especially when you don't have it. You know, it ain't that you don't want to give it to them. Especially you don't add up. 2 + 2 don't add up to 4. You know what I'm saying? When you doing it, it's adding up to 24. And then, you know what I'm saying, how's that gonna work? You know, so that's when the arguments and the things come, and it's hard. It's hard trying to figure that out and move, especially. And I think when you don't understand finances, you don't understand money, you don't understand how the economics work, and I think that's the problem. So we just wasn't taught, and we looking at other people and thinking that's the way, and that's not the way.
And you hit something on the nail. What the man said on the beginning of the program. When we can't give our significant other what they want, we feel it's a bad feeling, ladies.
We feel less than a man. Yeah,
you feel less than a man. You feel it's a devastated feeling.
And that's what I told my son Kyle. I said, man, you done lost your job. It's Christmas. Your wife looking at you. Your kids looking at you. You know what I'm saying? You like, I say, and that's so. And so many people that got caught up and would go out and do something crazy. Because you like, man, you penitentiary change, you take chances because the man couldn't stand seeing his family like that. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't stand seeing them and handle that. They would go do something that would cost them. You know what I'm saying? Cost them themselves over. And it'd be something simple as that. And you'd be like, you done lost that because of that. You just couldn't stand seeing them looked at like that you couldn't give your family, provide your family in that time. And, they done promoted Christmas up so bad. It's hard. It's mentally hard for them.
That's right. We have some things here, 10 easy follow tips. We probably have already talked about some of these, but you can get these 10 easy follow tips in the link down below in the description. We have a lot of other things. What is your friend name? That's in the description. John Hope Bryant.
Oh, yeah.
What's his website?
Yep.
And his website is what?
OperationHope.org.
OperationHope.org. Also, you will find if you need to get your credit report, we have all of that listed in the description down below. But also, friend, we have our show notes. And part of our show notes, if you click that link, it will give you these 10 easy follows tips. Communicate openly, share financial goals, maintain financial independence, be transparent, plan for the future, avoid financial scarcity, recognize power of dynamic, create a budget, support each other's financial growth, and regularly check in on each other's financial well-being. Now, those say easy to follow, they not so easy to implement. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with y'all.
Man, it's not easy at all. Especially if you've been single by yourself for some time and you
Yeah,
come.
that's not no.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing easy about that list, man. They lied on that list.
Yeah, ain't none of that's not easy.
None of that easy.
No, that's not easy. That's not
Ain't
easy.
none of that easy, man.
No,
The first one to say communicate openly about finance from the start.
Yeah.
If it was that easy, we wouldn't have so many divorces.
Wouldn't happen. I'm saying, wouldn't even happen when you first meet that person. He would tell you, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Hey, he can't tell you what.
You
man,
see?
my credit score is 440. You ain't about to tell no chick you just met.
Yeah.
440.
You know, that's the thing. You see, now this is real live here, friends, on this world premiere Word on the Street. We find information, but you see, we don't marry every piece of information we find.
Yeah.
We call now it's good information. Don't misunderstand us. But we're being honest, they're not easy to do.
No.
As they subscribe, that they easy to follow. They're easy to read, okay, but they're not easy to implement.
I ask people that now, man, and I be like, hey, what's your credit score? When you get that person, like they put their head down and you already know. You know what I'm saying? You know. So you try to talk to somebody, and like you say, I've been there, man. I know it's embarrassing. It's like, but I think I do that. But I think one thing about that credit score, they weigh it too much on the Xtradonaire. I think they put too much on it. We put too much on it. It's not that important as they put on it, man. It's not. I'll tell you that right now. And I think they use that as a game, a system. It's a system. It's a part of the system used as a game on you. You know what I'm saying? But it is. It make you feel less than that. That's another thing. You as a man, you got to put that on you too. You know what I'm saying? Your credit messed up. You went through a divorce. It's all that, man. That's very heavy. Lose your job. It's heavy. That's a lot, man. That's a lot. In this system, in this so-called system.
In this system. But the good news, friend, you can change that.
Oh yeah.
You can change that. What's that they call? Is it the snowball effect or something?
Yeah, you paying out the smallest bill, and
there you go. Start with the smallest bill you have.
You can pay the largest to the biggest. Yep.
Focus on something, one of them, and pay that off. Check mark. You know.
And then let me say this, the biggest, everybody be talking about investing and how can I get a raise? Your biggest rate is paying your debt. If you pay all your debt, get debt free, man. I'm not talking about your house, but you get debt free, pay the car, pay the credit card out, man. You'll get a raise right there.
You'll see how much extra cash you got on hand.
Yeah, that would help me, man. I'm serious. And it's not like I say, it take a while to get it, but when you get it, man, and I promise you'll see the difference. And you know what I'm saying? And now it's hard to keep it. Now you got to keep it that way because, you start building that up and you got the money. That's when the vultures start coming. Then when you start seeing things you want, and you can easily get right back into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's taking a lot of sacrifice.
But you can fix your credit. You have to just focus on yourself. You can't look at someone else.
No.
Stay focused on your dynamics. Take it one step at a time, but laser in on it. Pull your credit report and see what they have on you. That's number one. If you don't know where you are, you won't know. I mean, you got to find out where you are.
Yeah.
And work on that. And then, like Fletcher say, then you start learning a little bit more. You realize that you only can spend up to 30%, of your credit limit on those cards. So if you got $1,000 credit card, you can't spend more than $300.
Mm-hmm.
You can't spend that 1,000 just because it is 1,000. I mean, you know, it's. I know I'm preaching to the choir because I know y'all know all of that. Y'all know all that. But what I'm saying, you gotta. I see you smiling, Fletcher. But you have to start somewhere. First place I would start is to pull my credit report. And then after that, tune in to Word on the Street and listen to the amazing Keith Fletcher every Monday and Wednesday.
It's fun there. Hey, I'm gonna say
That was a perfect setup. That was a perfect setup.
That was nice.
that was a perfect setup.
Hey, but let me tell y'all, like you said, again, people heard my story, man. I was divorced. I was again sleeping on my dad, but I had a terrible credit score. I had all that, man, and I really, man, all I knew was to go to work. I tell my son, like I tell him that, I say, if I'd have thought it was the end of the world when all that happened to me, I don't know. I probably would have blew my head off or would have never got up or I don't know. But it wasn't the end of the world, and I recovered. Because the best thing you have is time. Time. I'm telling you, you got time, man, on your side. So like you say, once start where you at and just work it. Have patience and keep working it and keep working it. Like I said, I was divorced with nothing. Now to be where I'm at, you know, I'm not the richest. I'm not. But I'm getting to that freedom. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just trying to help my kids so they don't start off or help you or help someone so they don't be in the situation I was in because I was under the ground. So I don't know if any of y'all understand that I was under. I wasn't even above ground. I dug myself from under the ground. You know what I'm saying, crawled out that hole, and that's it, you know. Still was raggedy, still was there, but it took time. And the reason it took me longer because I didn't have no education. I didn't read no books. I just went to work. But you don't have to do that. Like you say, tune into our show, get you a mentor. Listen, it's so much education now that you don't have to do all that and wait to go as long as I went and start, you know what I'm saying, start putting in the work. Just start where you at now and just put the work in. That's it. And believe.
And the thing about it, friends, family, is that it's nothing like seeing someone personally go through a storm and come out on the other side.
Yeah.
See, you can read a book, and I love to read books. You can listen to a program, and I love listening to programs that illuminated my thoughts and my mind, my conversation. But when you can see the transformation of someone you know, and you know that person, you know who they were, and now you know who they are. You see the transformation. And what I'm saying, friends, you see, listen, this is important. Somebody need to hear this. After storms doesn't come to kill us, if we can make it through the storm, if you hold on and don't throw in the towel, I swear to you, you can make it through that storm. Look at Fletcher. That man made it through a storm. If Fletcher can make it through a storm, I know I can. No doubt. No, I ain't put no down on Fletcher, but I'm just saying, I know him. If it could happen to him, for him, it can happen to you. It can happen to me. And it certainly can happen to somebody out there who's going through some hell and high water. But listen, when you're going through stuff, you're very sensitive. And it's hard to receive someone to give you some good news and you going through hell.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. I know what that feel like. I don't need no happy-go-lucky person telling me how wonderful life is for them, and I'm going through hell. And that's why we said that a good communication have to also be a person that can know time and know season, observe, know body language, have empathy, have compassion. Man, have some compassion. The lady is going through a hell. whatever it is you're going through or he is going through, it's not for me to judge. Because I know not too long ago, I was going through some hell. And I know what I felt like. And I know what I couldn't tolerate hearing. But one thing I do know from watching this person in front of me, one thing I do know, that the hell and the storm, the tornadoes, the hurricane, damn near dead, stage 4 cancer, he made it through, going blind. And on the flip side of that coin, who would have told us years ago Fletcher would be the owner and gaining even more through Airbnb and investing in it? And I mean, who would have? Friends, they're a living example of the possibility for you and for I. See, we limit ourselves because of lack of belief. We say we believe. Belief is going to come and challenge you. Or you just have to, you just have to hold on. Hold on through the storm, friends. I use the metaphor to get my umbrella, don't let me get wet. I've been wet a lot in my life. I want to get underneath that umbrella because I want to get to the other side. I'm tired of being in the storm. And if you're tired of being in the storm, don't throw in the towel. Because if you throw in the towel, you give up, you got to stay in that storm. You'll go through the same cycle over and over again until we learn. And when we learn, we can come through. And now coming through don't mean that we all gonna come out and be successful with things. I don't want to be misunderstood. It's not about things. You see, you will grow on the other side. Your personal development, your character will be better and stronger. You will develop confidence within yourself, better communication skills, better observation, better, you have more empathy, more understanding. So many fruits will come from you going through the storm. It's not just about the money or the things. That is the least, to be perfectly honest. It's the character that will come upon you for having gone through the storm. Don't mean to preach, but it's real. This is so real, I can't gloss over it, nor can I pretend that it's not real. Go ahead on, Fletcher.
No, you tell the truth, man. I think I got to tell my son the biggest thing, Makai, is like he coming to manhood. The difference between me and now, I wasn't aware of things. My awareness was weak. I didn't know where I was aware of all the possibilities that's available to me. So you going through those storms, man. Listen, I done gained so comfortable going through a storm. When you just believe and truly believe in your stuff and what you're willing to do, I believe I can do anything, man. And like I say, through the Most High, I know I can, But I got to put my work in. I got to put my focus in, and I got to be willing to go through that storm. Just because you're going to the storm, every storm not a bad storm, man. And I had some great time. Even like you said, I went through stage 4 cancer. I said I understand that my worst time was my best time. I had some great times with my wife, with my kids, with my family, my friends that came through that, man. That helped me through that. So you think you're going through it for bad, but the other things came out of it. So I'm looking for the bad and try to find the good out of it too, man. Something is happening, some change you might need to do. A wake-up call going through that. Try to realize why you're going through this and what you need to change. You might need to change your health, change the way you eat. You might change your diet, change working out, change your attitude, change a lot of your, like I say, your character. So I look at the storm as a bad thing because it can be doing some things to change you for the better. So that's it, man. But let's work on this love and this relationship. It's hard, but I'm telling you, man, you need each other. I tell everybody, when that covenant, you become one. When you mean you become one, that mean that your mother, your sister, your brother, your friends can't come between you. They can't come between you and divide you. But it doesn't mean that you're not going to have arguments amongst each other. It doesn't mean you're not going to have disagreements. That doesn't mean that nobody else can come and cause problems. You don't let nobody else come in, but you are going to have disagreements. You are going to have problems. The best part is working through it. So we always growing here on Word on Street. That's what we believe in, growing, personal development. That's a daily process. Every day I'm learning. Every day I'm trying to get better. Daily. Till I leave this earth, I'm going to be growing. That's the best part. The growth is the best part for me, man. You going, I'm going inside and out. So that's it, man. Y'all like what we're saying. I appreciate y'all. Hit the like button, subscribe, tell a friend, share this, man. This is what we're doing here on Word on the Street, man. Extraordinaire. Boy, you did it big. You know what I'm saying? You gave some information, man, that'll help. That's all we want to do, Extraordinaire, right? Is to help someone not to go through what we went through. You know what I'm saying? We don't have all the answers, but we can give our part, our opinion, our part to help someone not to go through what we went through. That's it.
And right before we get off, I see Ms. Bertrand says many times, this is a message for probably the man. Many times it's just the man's perception that his wife is critically judging him when he is unable to provide.
Yeah.
Good point. Good point.
Good point.
Excellent point. And friends, we may not have encouraged you enough to come on this time, but eventually, hopefully, you will get, will feel comfortable enough to come on and share your views with us live.
So now, it's hard to come on talking about money and relationship. That's two hard things to talk about. That's their big. People don't let their big. I don't want to tell my business now. A lot of people don't want to tell their business. That's some private bit. I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but it's hard to talk about, relationship and money.
It's a tough topic.
It's tough, man. But it is a tough topic.
Right.
But, that's how. But the only way we need to start communicating amongst each other. That's how we get better, man. We got to stop. Bring it to the light. We Christians. We say we Christian and follow the Most High. Whatever in the dark need to come to the light. That's how you get it cleared up. It's nothing to be embarrassed of, because again, we didn't know. You didn't know. Your parents didn't know. We just learning about this. So the better way for us to get better is communicating and talking and working with each other, mentor as a group and the tribe as a community to get better. And that's what we want, to get better, do better. We want to grow together. Like I say, the stuff that we don't know, you can come in and put your 2 cents and add, or 3 cents, 5 cents, or whatever, to help us help the community. That's what it's all about, us helping each other.
Friends, make sure y'all come back and be with Word, Bill, Word, the amazing